Dear President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the 117th Congress, I need to begin by saying two things, President Biden, that I hope you don't take the wrong way. The first is that I call you Uncle Joe when I reference you to family and friends. Now, that's not meant as a slur. In our Native American community, uncle is a term of endearment and respect that we use for wise elders. Secondly, I voted for you and fully support you and Vice President Harris, even though Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders were my primary choices. But you should also know that long before the primary debates, I predicted a Biden-Harris ticket. Why? Because you two are exactly what the country needs right now, and I knew that. I figured if I could set aside my personal bias for the good of the country, others could do it as well. I was only partially correct. You face a dilemma and a divide even greater than faced by Abraham Lincoln. At your feet has been laid a climate crisis, a health crisis, including the pandemic, an economic crisis, a racism crisis, a housing crisis, and a crisis in democracy. Ephesians 4:14-15 offers some advice, what we would call in the Native American way, speaking from the heart. It says this: "Then we will no longer be infants, tossed back and forth by the waves and blown here and there by every wind of teaching and by the cunning craftiness of people and their deceitful scheming. Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every aspect the mature body. It is your obligation to swiftly mature America by speaking the truth in love." Truth without love is harsh, and it's often rejected, but love without truth is not really love, but rather neglect, its superficiality and willful indulgence, all of which are the opposite of love. That fine balance of tough love is what we need now for our nation to mature. I learned this the hard way through having a child who was addicted to drugs. Time is urgent. Truth and love, President Biden. Grow the country with immediate kindness through relief and support at every level, while speaking the truth to all the past lies, without apology. Sincerely, Reverend Dr. Randy Woodley, Professor of Faith and Culture at Portland Seminary and co-sustainer at Eloheh Indigenous Center for Earth Justice and Eloheh Farm.